age, 29 years old. I work full-time in the office and live with my fiancé, Barry, who's also a corporate worker. Our wedding is coming up and it'll be official. He's a little bit shy, but it's the opposite attraction, and that's why we get along so well. He doesn't micromanage me, so we rarely argue. The in-laws, whom I already call Dad and Mom, are very nice people. When we had dinner together just the other day,
"We are so lucky to have a wonderful person like you in the family."
"That's true. I'm so glad my son found somebody reliable and adorable for his bride." "I'm flattered, but I'm the one who's lucky." "My son is a little distracted sometimes. If you have any concerns, please talk to us."
Mom, what do you mean by that?
You actually are distracted. Look, you have breadcrumbs all over your shirt.
I got it. They even offered to pay for the wedding expenses. It's hard to find in-laws like them. But that was a honeymoon period that ended before the real honeymoon. It was when we were shopping around the wedding venue. We found a good place and we were ready to talk to the staff in detail after we checked up on the facility. "My name is Harper. I'll help you with all of your wedding planning needs." She and another senior type of woman were in charge of taking care of our wedding. Harper has got a baby face and very pretty. Only her body language and facial expressions reminded me of a princess from a children's book. I couldn't tell if that's her natural manner or on purpose. Kind of sneaky. Frankly, she might not be very popular with other women. Then another woman whose name tag said Megan entered the room to serve tea for us. I noticed she was watching Harper's every move with a cold stare. Whoa, it's scary. Megan looked to be in her late 30s. Is she jealous of Harper, who's young and pretty? But she was not in charge of us. We had another senior type of lady who seemed experienced and reliable. So I ignored this Megan woman and focused on our wedding details. On another occasion, we went back for a meeting with them. When we were about to leave the venue, "Excuse me!" It was Harper. "Yes?" I have something that I can only talk to the groom." I thought Barry might have some surprise for me at the wedding, so I said, "Sure, I'll be waiting here," and walked around the venue. Just about turning the corner of the building, I saw Megan talking on the phone with her drink in her hand. "Harper is so flirtatious. She knows she's cute and talks and acts like a princess. She makes me sick." Uh-oh, she's talking about that younger gal. I didn't want to be here and was ready to turn around, but at that moment, our eyes met. If I turned around and walked back, I would probably look like I had just avoided her, so I thought keeping going would look natural in that situation. At that moment, she dropped her wallet. "Are you okay?" Without thinking, I offered the help of collecting the coins on the ground. "Thank you," she said so nicely and looked like a different person. A moment ago, she looked and sounded like a monster venting about a younger coworker. I just left there and went back to the entrance area, caught up with Barry, and headed home. On our way back home, "Barry, do you remember a woman on the staff called Megan?"
No.
"I ran into her while I was waiting for you. She was bad-mouthing Harper like a woman from hell."
Huh? Bad-mouthing Harper?
"Yeah, maybe she's jealous. Harper is so cute."
I hate jealous women. Harper is such a nice girl. I feel sorry for her.
I felt funny with his reaction. He's usually indifferent to other people's affairs or gossip. I have never seen him so emotional and angry, so I asked him casually, "Barry, what happened to you?"
What?
"Why are you so angry about other people's business? It's unlike you."
What? It's nothing.
It didn't really make sense to me, but I didn't interrogate him anymore. Meanwhile, our wedding planning was going smoothly. Barry went back there a few more times alone, and I completely assumed they were planning a big surprise for me. And finally, wedding day. My small concern was about Megan. She's scary. I don't think she would do anything out of the ordinary on the client's wedding day. We planned the reception first, then the ceremony. We wanted to introduce ourselves to the guests first and have them witness our vows. When we were in the waiting room, Harper knocked on the door. "Could I have a word with the groom?" I thought they needed a last-minute check on something for a surprise, but a little while after they left the room. "Excuse me, but could I talk to you for a minute?" Megan came in. I recalled her scary face on the phone from the other day. The next moment, she told me, I'm sorry to tell you this, but your life is over now. What? What is this woman and what is she saying? Does she even have common sense? What kind of staff would talk like that to a bride on her wedding day? I was resentful. But maybe it's not too late. I'll explain. Can you come with me? What? Seeing is believing. What do I see? I was very skeptical at first, but I was curious about what she said at the same time. She took me to a room and opened the door quietly and urged me to look inside. So I peeked in the room with one eye. What is this? What's happening? In the room, Barry and Harper were kissing. I was about to barge in, but Megan stopped me and gestured for me to be quiet. Then she took her phone out and began recording inside the room. After it was done, I was taken to another room nearby. What's going on? It's my wedding day and I can't just go ahead and get married as if nothing happened. I'll slash him, stab him, and strangle him. I have a friend whose life was crushed by Harper. What? Harper has done the same thing many times before. I've seen many of the brides' lives ruined by her. That's why I'm working here. I've been waiting for the moment that she would show her tail for the sake of my best friend. Harper stole my best friend's husband. My friend was compensated financially, but it didn't mean much to Harper because she's the daughter of the CEO of a company. To her, compensation isn't punishment. My friend took it hard. He was the love of her life, and he dumped her for Harper. My friend got emotionally unstable. Well, it was just another whim for Harper. I can't forgive that kind of woman for working at a wedding venue as a staff member when she doesn't really need a job. Miss Page, could you help me, please? Megan, I understand. Can you tell me more details? What are you going to do? And then she told me about her plan. That sounded good. I'm in. Thus began our revenge against Harper. I went back to our waiting room, followed by Barry and Harper. Oh, your hair is messed up, both of you.
Oh, I came running. Rushed. You too, Harper?
Yes. Oh, your tie, too. Let me fix it for you. Then she went ahead and fixed his tie, and Barry was drooling. I could have killed them both. But the reception started. After we entered the room, there was an opening speech, and we were supposed to watch a video about the groom's life. That was the original plan, but now there was a slight change. The guests were astounded when the video started to play. It was about the groom's latest flirt, just recorded a few minutes earlier. The two were kissing in a room. Megan was in charge of the video, and she gave me a thumbs up while the room was in chaos.
Stop the video!
Megan, how could you? How could you is exactly my line. What were you two doing? Explain to me. The two panicked and tried to hide, but there was nowhere to hide.
Barry, you're such a disgrace!
How could you?
No, Dad, Mom. This is,
That's right, this is a misunderstanding. They tried to come up with some reasonable excuses, but obviously failed, and finally...
It was her who started it.
Huh?
And I just couldn't say no. Mom, Dad, you know my personality.
Wait a minute, are you going to throw me under the bus? You were enjoying it too.
Shut up.
Stop the nonsense already!
The room went quiet at Barry's father's roar. He went on apologizing to me, my family, and guests cordially.
I sincerely apologize to all of you for coming here today for my idiot son.
More than anything, Paige and her family. I can't find the words to express how sorry we are.
As punishment, I will make my son take full responsibility for his actions and the damage he has caused.
What punishment?
The one you hate the most. You will pay the price for a long time. You'll see.
Dad, please, I'm sorry.
Who do you think should apologize first?
Paige, I'm so sorry. Please, forgive me.
Barry knelt there and kept saying sorry. Suddenly, a man in a black suit came into the room and walked up to Harper. Why are you here? You work for my dad, right? He said, the daughter of the company's CEO is having an affair. This was leaked on social media and the CEO is furious. How did that happen? Megan, of course. She used the same video with their faces blurred, which went viral. Harper's father's company develops merchandise that targets housewives. Wait, I'm not. Where are you taking me? No! The man grabbed her arm and dragged her out of the room. And the wedding was off. Gifts were returned. Everyone, including the guests on the groom's side, were understanding and offered words of comfort. Barry apologized to the guests, as his parents urged him to, and was met with cold stares, if not cold words. Barry's parents sent him to the farm their relatives owned. He had to resign from his job and lived and worked at the farm. The farm owner was stubborn and didn't like lukewarm people, whom Barry didn't like the most since he was a kid. Barry is being disciplined in the field because his work is half-hearted. He also had to work around the house and said jail would have been better. He sleeps in a corner of the shed with no AC, with all kinds of bugs he hates. He cannot have any personal items, including his phone and TV. He can only wear work clothes, and he has to grow his own food to survive. He's working there to pay compensation, cancellation, and other costs that will likely take decades to pay off. Harper's dad cut ties with her because her action caused serious damage to her father's business. She never lived outside of her parents' house, but now she was kicked out. The first person she turned to for help was Megan's best friend's ex. But he was connected to some shady people behind the scenes, and after a while, Harper was arrested along with the man, which I read on the online news. Harper's in jail and crying out every day, "Why did this happen to me?" She was so pretty, but the mental burden made her look much older than her age. And me, with the help of Barry's parents, I received a substantial amount of compensation from Barry and also from Harper. I moved along using that money. Barry didn't help me with housework at all, and he didn't like cleaning, so it feels much easier now that I live alone. Barry's parents and even Megan helped me with the move. After the work was done, we had sandwiches together. Paige, thank you for everything. When I told my friend about the whole thing, she laughed. I didn't see her laugh for a long time. No, thank you. That brought them justice. Are you still working there? Yes, I like working in the venue. I can get to help people in their happy occasions and see them smile. Wow, that's nice.
Paige, once again, I'm sorry about my son.
There is nothing to make up for your pain. I'm just grateful because you have been on my side all the way. Please stop apologizing. Now, I brought creme caramel for dessert. I hope you like it.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!